It's a mystery to me is how some actors can look down for a minute and look back, and there's 3 pages of exposition in that glance.
Yeah.
I would bet that they don't know how they do, or they couldn't put words to it. Is that valid?
Absolutely, and great actors achieve that. I'll tell 2 quick stories about it. One, I wasn't directing, but I was watching my friend Tom Hanks evolve as an actor, and I saw a moment in Forrest Gump when the bus is driving away and he's left alone. And I always thought Tom was incredibly talented, incredibly glib, very funny, full of emotion, but I thought he was most alive when he was talking. And I saw that moment and the way he filled it. And I remember thinking, now he's a great screen actor. And I had a great experience directing legendary stage actor Jason Robards Jr.
Oh, yeah.
We're playing out this scene, and I have the camera favoring Jason now. It's kind of a closer shot. We can really read the details of what he's feeling, and I didn't think he was registering enough. I didn't feel like he was, I didn't feel that pain. And so at this point, I was 34 years old, and I went up to Jason, and I'm talking to him.
Who's what, 65 at the time?
Yeah, 65 or 70, and had won multiple Tonys and Oscars and so forth. And so I'm kind of rambling along, trying to find the words to not offend, but to provoke, something. And he reached over and touched my hand, and he said, "Ron, do you want a sadder face?" And now I thought, okay, well now the veteran is just fucking with the young director. And now, okay, so we'll do a take, and he'll make a big muggy face or something, and then I'll come in and we'll calibrate from there, I suppose. And but okay, I said, well maybe that's it. And let's just try it. And we rolled the cameras, and it's the take that's in the movie. It was the most honest, organic, truthful depiction of that moment I could have ever dreamed of. All he needed was a word, sadder, or 2 words, sadder face, and he could process that in a way that whether he was feeling it, I don't know what his emotional biosystem, I don't know what was going on, what his biochemistry was, but what I saw was entirely truthful and evoked everything that I was hoping for. So I that was a lesson learned, that actors can keep getting better.
How you doing? I'm Cory Hunter, and this is another episode of Tips from Directors. In this clip, you're watching Ron Howard speak about the acting process. Not him acting, but him experiencing actors becoming better on the spot. And that pretty much sums up this clip. And so let's dive into it, right? I know this might start sounding repetitive, right? That filmmaking is a collaborative thing, right? But it's so true, right? And just like everybody becomes good at their craft over a course of time, so do actors. That's, I guess, an element of that collaborative process. An element of coming together is letting them express themselves, seeing what they do. And yes, that really comes down to directing. I think this is really what I'm trying to say. Big part of directing is observing, right? It's not always just shouting orders. It's observing and seeing what's what, who's who, and who's capable of what, right? So, for example, he was speaking about Tom Hanks, and there was a scene where it was pretty much silence, but he was able to fill up that space. Sometimes we got to give our actors opportunities or the chance to do things, right? Whether they know it or not, because that's a big part of directing too. You put them in a situation and you just see what they do, right? When I direct, that's usually what I do. I say, yeah, man, run through the script, read through the script. And I have my 2 actors, they're on set, we're trying to figure out things, and I'm like, run through the set, and let me see what you do naturally. I'm observing. I'm seeing who's where, who's up to speed, who needs the extra time, or whatever the case may be. And then I usually move from there. We see what's up. In them exchanging dialogue, but also in blocking. I say, all right, this is what I need. I need this person to go from A to B. And from A to B, I need you to do 1, 2, and 3. Go for it. Let me see what you do naturally. Sometimes they do things and it's awkward, and then we gotta play from it. We gotta play with things. sometimes they do it and it's right. Right? And then sometimes they do things and they forget, they go from A to B, but they forget 1 and 3, right? So that's a part of it, is observing, seeing what they're capable of and working with it from there, working out the kinks from there. That's what makes filmmaking so time consuming. What makes it time consuming is I know I like to say it's an expensive game, but it's also a time consuming game, right? We want to go on set and catch the shots we want so we can move on to the next. But it's not really that simple. Getting that one shot, that one scene, it takes time. It's very time consuming because we're dealing with people. We got to organize and execute, right? And, organization, it takes time, especially when you're dealing with so many people and so many minds, to try to get all these people up to speed and get all these people in sync. And then you also got to sit down with the actors and see what's up, man. You got to let them pretty much flourish. You got to let them explore. That's the word I was looking for. You have to let them explore and see what they do. Yeah, that's your job as a director, but then sometimes they surprise you and they give you something that you didn't even know they was capable of, or something that you didn't even know you wanted. So we're going to leave it right there. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. And as always, until next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check me out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Leave a comment so that we can get a discussion going. Check out the Patreon. Check out the Turtle School. That's there for you. Tools to help you learn and write and create stories. Thank you, and I appreciate you.